Lights, camera, action, wanting to walk through the door.
You ready to go to practice before we can get better, bro? You've been talking all day. Let's go.
Practice? Not the game. You talking about practice? All right, I got to get to practice.
And I would never take it for granted. Every time I step foot on the floor, either coaching my boys or playing, I'm going to give it everything. I do it for myself.
3, that's how many games the Lakers have won under new coach J.J. Redick. 2, that's where LeBron ranks all-time in NBA scoring. 1, that's all it took. 1 quarter for LeBron to remind everyone why he's called the King. Last night, LeBron James put on a show that defied age, logic, and probably a few laws of physics. Down by 7 in the third, he exploded for 16 points in 3 minutes during the fourth. But that's not all. He ended with a triple-double. 32 points, 14 rebounds, 10 assists, at 39 years old. It's the kind of performance that makes you realize you're watching history in the making. Picture this. LeBron's looking tired in the third quarter. The Kings are up by 7 and everyone's thinking, is this it for the King? It's not just any game. It's a crucial matchup against the Sacramento Kings, and the Lakers need this win bad. LeBron's struggling early, and you can feel the worry spreading through the crowd. He's missing shots he usually makes in his sleep. The Lakers are down, and it's not looking good. The energy in the arena is dropping faster than LeBron's field goal percentage. The Kings start to pull away, and it's getting ugly. LeBron's on the bench looking exhausted. You can almost hear the fans thinking maybe he's finally showing his age. The crowd's getting restless, and some are even heading for the exits. It's like watching Superman lose his powers.
You got to protect more, you got to help more, you got to sacrifice more in order to get this win. Dominate your opponent, man. Do whatever it takes to help the team win.
I don't care how many more points I score or what I can or cannot do on the floor. The real question for me is, can I play without cheating this game?
But then, boom! Fourth quarter hits, and LeBron turns into a whole different beast. It's like someone flipped a switch, and suddenly, we're watching 25-year-old LeBron in a 39-year-old body. He's everywhere on the court, moving like he's got rocket boosters in his shoes. He's dropping 16 points in like 3 minutes. It's insane. 1 second he's draining a 3, the next he's driving to the hoop like a freight train. The Kings can't stop him. It's like he found the fountain of youth right there on the court, and the whole arena is losing their minds. You know what's crazier? He's not just scoring, he's grabbing boards like they're going out of style, snatching them away from guys a decade younger. And the passes? Oh man, he's dishing dimes like a point guard in his prime. LeBron's basically doing everything. It's not just LeBron versus the Kings anymore, it's LeBron versus the entire concept of aging. By the time the final buzzer sounds, LeBron's put up a stat line that left everyone stunned. 32 points, 14 rebounds, 10 assists. At 39 years old, the crowd's on their feet, teammates are mobbing him, and even the Kings players look impressed. It's the kind of performance that makes you question everything you thought you knew about sports and age.
Something about you and Ernie have something in common. As y'all start losing a little up top, y'all start growing these beards out.
Yeah, I know, right?
See, I see those kids and it brings me right back to why I play. Those kids get me back to where I need to be. Just the pure love of this beautiful game.
But wait, there's more. Let's talk about how this game stacks up against LeBron's best. Because sure, we've seen LeBron dominate before, but this was something special. It wasn't just the numbers. It was the way he took over when his team needed him most. The way he turned what looked like a sure loss into a statement win. You think you've seen it all with LeBron? Think again. This game wasn't just special. It was historic in ways that'll make your jaw drop. We're talking about a performance that's rewriting the record books and challenging everything we thought we knew about aging in sports. Ready to have your mind blown? Let's start with this. LeBron's been in the NBA for 22 years. That's not a typo. 22 years. Some of his teammates weren't even born when he first stepped onto an NBA court. It's like having your dad show up to your pickup game and absolutely schooling everyone. Except LeBron's not just holding his own, he's dominating. Now let's break down why this game was so special. It's not just about the points or the triple-double, although those are insane. It's about the history LeBron's making every time he steps on the court.
Needed one. I just needed one. Screen! Stay home! Jump! Switch up, switch. Hey, switch. You're coming out that way.
You know, he just creates so many different matchup problems for your defense, and you always have to be aware of them.
How do you slow him down?
The same way you slow me down. You can't.
This game, it's a middle finger to Father Time and everyone who thought LeBron was slowing down. People have been whispering for years that LeBron's lost a step, that his best days are behind him. Well, this game shut them up real quick. We're talking about a guy who's been playing pro ball longer than some NBA players have been alive, and he's still out there making them look like they're stuck in slow motion. Remember when Michael Jordan came back at 38 and everyone lost their minds? LeBron's doing this stuff at 39, and he's not just keeping up with the young guys, he's leaving them in the dust. It's like watching a classic car smoke a bunch of new sports cars in a drag race. But here's where it gets really crazy. LeBron's not just beating players, he's beating records, some that have stood for decades. He's rewriting the history books every time he laces up his sneakers. It's like he's playing a different sport than everyone else. So what record did LeBron break with this performance? Well, here's the thing. At this point, it's almost easier to list the records he hasn't broken. But this game, it pushed him even further into the stratosphere of basketball greatness. We're talking about a performance that cements his place not just as one of the best players of his generation, but as one of the best to ever play the game. And you know what's the craziest part of all this? LeBron's not done, not even close. Every time we think we've seen his best, he comes out and does something like this. It's like he's got a personal vendetta against the idea of peak performance.
Clear, D-Wade, clear. Hey, watch the rip. Watch the rip. Watch the rip.
Let's go your first All-Star game, bro.
Appreciate it.
On winning the WNBA Best Player ESPY. And y'all make sure y'all get out there and support those beautiful women and what they do. God bless y'all. Love y'all.
So the next time someone tries to tell you LeBron's past his prime, just laugh. Because as long as he's on the court, he's not just playing the game, he's changing it. And we're all lucky enough to be here to watch it happen. So what's next for the King? Well, LeBron's not about to slow down. He's got his eyes on some mind-blowing milestones. We're talking about potentially passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record and maybe even hitting 40,000 career points in the next couple of seasons. That's not just breaking records, that's shattering them. But here's the thing. LeBron's not trying to do it all alone. He knows he's not 22 anymore, and he's cool with that. He's all about teamwork now, saying, I could do that at 22, but at almost 40, I don't need to be doing it for 4 quarters. It's like watching a basketball Jedi Master at work. So next time you tune into a Lakers game, remember, you're not just watching LeBron play. You're watching history unfold, one incredible performance at a time. The King still got his crown, and we can't wait to see what royal decree he issues next on the court.